Has anyone else noticed the eerie silence around them, especially in your close world that's around you? It's something we talked about in our Candid Conversation on the Dan and Can podcast that came out today, where we're discussing the happenings of what's going on up in Minnesota and just kind of just talking about it and understanding what's going on. A little brief episode going there, and one of the parts we noticed was the silence in our little circle of people we know and the people that are close to us on Facebook or whatever, social media, Instagram, and all that. We noticed that they were really boisterous this time last year, especially. They were telling us how great things are going to be. We're going to be eating humble pie. Um, don't come begging them for the stuff or begging mercy because everything's so great. And I noticed kind of a noticeable decline in that boisterousness, especially over the last month or two, where I don't hear these people saying much about anything. We know people that were posting daily on what was going on and how great things were and the spin that was coming off of them on things are going, that have gone radio silent here recently. And, me and Candy being the eternal optimist that we are, we're thinking, well, maybe they're doing some self-reflecting and maybe they'll start noticing some of this stuff and start changing their viewpoints on how things are done and what's happening here. And we admittedly agree that that's highly optimistic. Truth of the matter is that I think anyone that's deconstructed can relate. This is their identity. This is who they've claimed to be. They've centered their identity around these individuals and this ideology. And it's tough to swallow that piece of humble pie, to admit I was duped. I didn't catch it. I didn't see what was happening. They fooled me. They tricked me. I know personal, close family that will probably never admit because they can't admit that they were wrong. It's a tough thing to do because you have to admit that you weren't the wisest and brightest there, even though you were claiming and screaming from the rooftops that this was. It's a tough thing to do. And in reality, I think that's what's happening to a lot of these people. They're starting to see this, and they know that they'd have to eat a bunch of crow. Coming out and saying, yeah, y'all were right. This isn't good, and it's not going in a good place. And it's unfortunately something they won't be able to do. Because, as we've known from deconstruction, anyone that has, it takes a great deal of humility and humbleness and self-reflection to be able to do that. Something too many in this people in this world lack. But I'm just curious if anyone else has noticed a precipitous amount of silence that's coming from people that were extremely loud. Let me know in the comments.